Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Mind's Eye, and thank you all for tuning in. So, tonight I want to spotlight one of my favorite groups from the 1980s. I think a tremendously underrated band called the Hooters. Certainly most known for their songs And We Danced and All You Zombies, two songs that I've known for a long time and always just sort of thought of the Hooters as sort of a two-hit wonder. But as soon as I started to explore some more of their catalog and find they have just a ton of other really great songs, I started becoming a pretty big fan of these guys. You know, they're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, my home state, so and the city that my favorite football team comes from, so can't go wrong there. But just a lot of great albums, man. They got 6 studio albums. I'm gonna rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. Um, And again, it's just my opinion. This is how I enjoy these albums. So if you rank them differently, that's perfectly fine. Coming in at number 6 is the one that I don't own. It's their most recent album from 2007, Time Stands Still. I do think that this album is worth the price of admission just for the first 2 tracks alone. I'm Alive, which is as classic Hooters a sounding song as I think you could get from 2007, and Time Stands Still I like a lot too. Unfortunately, I think as the album goes on, it just kind of gets a little bit lesser and lesser in quality. um, Sort of gets to the point where it drags a little bit for me. So, and it's the only Hooters album that has songs that I don't like on it. So, for those reasons, I'm going to have to put Time Stand Still at the bottom at number 6. My number 5 is this one right here, their debut album, Amore. I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly. Um, half of this song has it, half of this, excuse me, half of this album are songs that would actually appear on future Hooters albums, most of them on Nervous Night, one of them then on One Way Home. And I do like all those songs better on those albums, but they're still pretty good and they're pretty raw here. Amore is a good song. I do like Concubine, Concubine as well. Uh, so still a pretty good album. It's very raw. I don't think they really had found their style yet. They really hadn't quite found their sound, but still a pretty good album nonetheless. I'm gonna go with the Moray at number 5. My number 4. This I don't know a whole lot of other Hooter fans, so I don't know if this is an unpopular pick or not. But my number 4 is going to be One Way Home. I think this is a great album. I think this album kicks off with a couple of my favorite Hooter songs of all time, Satellite and Carla with a K, two of my favorite Hooter songs. Then you got Johnny B, which is pretty good as well. And I do like the way this album then wraps up with Engine 999, which I think is a really great song. In between though, I don't think you have any bad songs, but in my opinion, you've got some filler tracks. I have seen Graveyard Waltz is one that a lot of people seem to like. It's okay, but it doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot for me. Washington's Day, I would say the same for. Fighting on the Same Side, though, I do prefer this version to the Amore version. I would again say it's not one of my all-time favorite Hooter tracks. One Way Home I do like, so I think you got some really, really nice standout tracks on here, but I think you also got some filler that just isn't on some of the other albums. So I'm going to put One Way Home as my number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with Out of Body from 1993. I really, really love the first half of this album. 25 Hours a Day is a incredibly upbeat and catchy song. Boys Will Be Boys is my favorite Hooters song. I love the duet that Eric sings with Cyndi Lauper. I think their vocals harmonize really, really well. The song is so super catchy. I love the guitar riff in that song. Love the melody. There ain't a thing about Boys Will Be Boys that I don't like. It's just a fantastic song. Great American Car is another great song. Private Emotion. I think that the end of this album, there's still some good songs at the end. It does tail off a little bit. Drifting Away, I still like. One Too Many Nights is a really good one. Not necessarily a bad song on the album, but I would say that some of the tracks toward the end, like All Around the Place and Nobody But You, are the weaker ones. Pretty solid album. Overlooked. I mean, Hooters is an overlooked band, but I think this is one of the overlooked albums within that overlooked band. So, if you're not familiar with this and you like this kind of music, man, check this one out. It's a pretty darn good album, if I do say so myself, and it's going to be my number 3. My number two, and man, I could flip flop on this one because I think both these albums are superb. Uh, man, I think I'm gonna switch it actually. That's how close these top two are. I'm switching it on the spot. So I'm doing this on the fly. Number two, I'm gonna go Nervous Night. This is their best known album, has most of their best known hits like And We Danced, All You Zombies, Day by Day, which is a song I absolutely love. Where the Children Goes, another great one. Then you got some album cuts on here like Hanging on a Heartbreak or Heartbeat. South Ferry Road's great. Blood from a Stone, not a bad song on this album at all. And then if you got the version I have right here, doesn't have the title track Nervous Night, but if you throw that on here, I mean that just adds to it. Another great song. So solid album right here. Hooters' best known album. I'm gonna put it as my number two, and it's so close because like I said, when I started this video, I was gonna put this number one, but as I'm sitting here sort of thinking about it, I'm gonna go Zigzag at number one. It doesn't have the radio hits that Nervous Night does, but I think it's every bit as solid. Songs like Brother, Don't You Walk Away, Deliver Me is fantastic. You Never Knew Who Your Friends Are, Heaven Laughs, um, Give the Music Back, I love a lot. Mr. Big Baboon is really fun. Always a place. And my favorite song on the album is The Closer, beat up guitar, super catchy song. So my number one, I'm going to go Zigzag from 1989. So let me know in the comments below how you would rank the Hooters discography. If you're a fan of this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and I will catch you next time.